Hey ladies, happy spring! Today I'm sharing with you a door decor tutorial. It's a pretty spring bunny, lots of glitter, kind of Peeps inspired, if you will. Last year I shared that free printable, I'll link it down below. But this is actually more of a stash buster project for me than anything else. I have this leftover foam that I used for my tree topper with all the snowflakes. It wasn't really a tree topper, it just hung above the tree with glittery snowflakes. If you missed it, I'll link it down below. It's a very off the wall project, but I had leftovers and I just really wanted to use it, and I wanted a cute thing for the door, so here we are. Now I used a salad plate and then a big pasta bowl as my templates for circles. You could use whatever you have on hand. I'm sure you've got something. You want a smaller circle for the head and of course a larger one for the body of the bunny. I put some markers down where I want the ears to loosely be. I played with the idea of having one ear flopped over, but I couldn't see it translating well when I was done with what I had in mind. So I went ahead and just created a paper template for the ears so they were both close-ish to the same size. Traced it, and then I go on to, of course, cut it out. But if you wanted to play around with the floppy ear, you totally could. This is, by the way, this is foam that I got in a big sheet, like a couple feet by a couple feet from Home Depot a couple years ago. That couldn't tell you how much it was. I want to say it was like $3 or $4 or something. It was really cheap. It does have that little beading kind of effect though. Like it's not the foam that's kind of solid, if you like, kind of like spongy like this is. This definitely breaks up. So if you're doing this project, just a heads up, do it outside, anywhere not in your living room. Because I totally was doing this at 11 o'clock at night and it looked like it snowed everywhere and it was too late and I couldn't vacuum without waking up the neighbors, I'm sure, so I didn't. And even our cat has still got little white pieces on her. And thankfully she doesn't try to eat it, but if you have small animals or small children or even big kids that seem to like to eat things and put things in their mouth, this is not a project to do indoors at your house. But a box cutter cuts through this no problem, and I really recommend doing this in portions, just so that way you're not like I mean, if you're gonna reuse this for something else, you know, do what you want to do. But I'm kind of done with it. I've stored it long enough. Nah, this is the best I can do. Do the part in between the ears last, just because it is a bit of a fragile material. Not super fragile, but you don't want to run that risk. So using your fingers, brush off the edges. It's not going to be perfectly round. This is just not that kind of foam. If you get a different foam, it might be more round, but I think this is kind of cute. It kind of makes the bunny look a little bit more fuzzy and a little, you know, like it doesn't look so straight and perfect and everything. Spray paint. Let's talk about spray paint. I used a yellow and it was not as neon looking in real life as it came up on the camera. You'll see some of the pictures at the beginning and the end of the video. Spray mount, basic spray mount, and glitter. I sprayed one side yellow, let it dry. As you know, foam, or maybe you don't know, I don't know, foam and spray paint don't go really well together. So, and I was trying to do this kind of like, just using what I had on hand. So, keep it some distance. I did not use the green glitter, but I definitely thought about it. I just used two different types of glitter and used a spray mount after the original coat of spray paint was done, and put some spray mount on, tossed some glitter on, and two different sizes, shook it around, let it dry, and then I made a bow out of wire ribbon. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not showing you how I made that bow because I don't actually know how I made that bow. It was a small miracle that that bow was created. I had to watch several YouTube videos and figure it out. But again, it's a stash buster kind of project, so I'm using a little of this, a little of that. I am creating kind of like a collar that's going to go around the neck, and you'll see here in a second how I secure it in the back, but I just slipped it through the bow that I made. I highly recommend you watch anybody other than mine's tutorial on how to make a bow, because they're not the easiest things to do if you don't use all the time. And I'm just literally twisting that wire ribbon behind, because this doesn't need to be that, you know, I'm going to toss this at the end of the year, or no, at the end of the month probably. The end of April, I'm probably getting rid of it. So I'm not really worried about it long term. Fluff, make it look pretty, and I'm just using really small, I think they for like a half a pound door hang, or they're not even door hangers. I think they're like wall mounts or something that I got them at Michael's, and I'm just gonna center one in the back of my door and hang it up. So here it is, and I really apologize. Every day after I made this thing, it had been overcast and rainy here in Florida, so the lighting isn't the best. But you could tell it's sparkly, and it's in real life, not on the internet. In real life, it is more. You could tell it's more of like a pastel yellow. It's not like neon like it was looking at earlier. And it looks really cute with the sparkles and the glittery bow. It's a nice contrast. I really like it, and it kind of reminds me of like a sugary peep, if you know, if you want to go that far. I think it's cute. It was an easy project, like I said, easy stash buster. But if you want to make this from scratch, it would really be easy. I promise. Yeah, that's what's on my door for spring. Let me know if you've done any crafty projects for Easter or spring in general. I'd love to see them. As always, thanks so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos.